Welcome you all to our coffee talk. This morning is a very special program because we are honoring all of our colleagues who through this past academic year participated in the Empowerment Skills Workshop.
Pardon me?
So I am going to turn this over to Angela and
The
Lisa.
microphone?
I'm sorry, Lisa, are you speaking to somebody else?
No.
Okay.
It's not me.
Okay,
Everybody should mute their voices until they get to talk.
Right. I'm going to mute all, but all participants are allowed to unmute themselves. And Angela and Lisa, you need to unmute yourselves so that you can speak at this point.
Sherry.
And Sherry. Okay. So
You
it is
ready?
my pleasure to introduce Angela Zimmerman, Lisa Miller, and Sherry Radowitz, who have been spearheading this effort for many, many years. And I welcome you to Coffee Talk, and the screen is all yours.
Thank you. And thank you, Kathy, for for hosting this for us. We really, wanted to have an in-person event with a nice lunch, and we still plan on doing that sometime in the future. And we'd really like, everybody who's been involved in empowerment skills to join us when we can do that. But so happy to see so many of you this morning. It's still exciting, I think, to recognize this, because this program has been, really so important to us and such a success for the college. I have to thank Sherry and Angela for bringing it to the college and working with me and Alina at the time on bringing this to our leaders at the college in terms of a professional development program. And it's been so much fun and such a exciting opportunity, I think, for everyone who's been involved. Right now, that's 60 people. We have 60 empowered leaders now after this cohort, 4 years worth. And I guess I just want to introduce Angela by saying this cohort in particular, I think every cohort has kind of had its own kind of personality, but this one has been so engaged, and the programs and the projects were amazingly impressive. And I hope the rest of you who are not part of cohort 4 can hear about a little bit of what they did, because it's fabulous. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Angela.
Okay, and before I get started, I want to thank everybody that's been part of it, because I think the journey has been as good as the people and the receptivity of everybody involved, from the inaugural class, which Kathy and I were talking about earlier, who really believed this was right for the college, to the 4th cohort, who really continued to exercise that creativity and connection. And it's been a wonderful experience for myself and Sherry and Lisa, watching this evolve and watching it evolve with the input of everyone. So I'm going to ask Sherry to do a piece on the goals, because there's some of you that are on the call that may need to be acclimated to it. And then we're going to introduce some of our recent credentialed people. Sherry?
Hi, everyone. So the National Family Development Credential Program was originally launched at Cornell University and is now administered at the University of Connecticut, UConn. And it's celebrating 25 years of empowering family workers and organizational leaders. The Empowerment Skills for Leaders is technically a 30-hour credential program that provides an opportunity for managers and supervisors to learn new skills and strengthen their leadership capacity through an empowerment-based approach. It is certainly this and so much more. Course participants learn it is the collective excellence of many that builds success. Designed for family-serving agencies, Molloy was the pioneer in adapting this program to higher education. It's interesting. Hang on one second. Hang on 1 minute. I am not giving you a view of me, and I'm not quite sure why. That's so odd. Hang on 1 minute. There we go. Sorry about that. I was showing you a coffee mug and a puzzle, because I'm at my daughter's house in Connecticut with my 3-year-old granddaughter and new little grandson, and I was showing you a backwards view. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me back up to where I was. The Empowerment Skills for Leaders is technically a 30-hour credential program that provides an opportunity for managers and supervisors to learn new skills and strengthen their leadership capacity through an empowerment-based approach. It is certainly this and so much more. course participants learn it is the collective excellence of many that builds success. Designed for family-serving agencies, Molloy was the pioneer in adapting this program to higher education and created this welcoming environment. The camaraderie that grows through the course at Molloy has fostered new relationships among different departments, allowed us an inside view of the work life and personal life of our coworkers, appreciating the gifts brought by both the introverts and the extroverts. And we have acquired and integrated some new language, such as bone or soul deep longing, double loop learning, and gracious space. Supervising with skill and heart shifts an organizational culture to an empowered workplace, a gracious space that invites in the stranger and constructs a new kind of community based on acceptance and mutual respect. It has been an absolute joy to go through 4 cohorts, and I look at some of you who were in the first one with me, and it's just, hi Carrie, and it's just been an absolute joy, and Kathy, and to see all the new groups come on. It is just so warm and wonderful to see this program come to fruition and be so engaging and embraced by so many, and allow you to look at working with employees, your staff, your students in a new and different way. So I will be back again to congratulate you later, and I turn it over to, and I'm sorry I gave you a backwards view, but I guess that's the way it goes. You have the back side and the front side. Anyway, Angela will now just do a little overview of the course.
Yeah, and many of you know it, but just to kind of go over it a little bit, it's a 30-hour credential. So there are 5 chapters, and the thing that really attracted us to it was it begins with what an empowered workspace looks like, to how we exercise leadership in a very tangible way that allows people to contribute to something that is mission focused, to self-care and mindfulness, as Sherry said, supervising with skill and heart, and what an inclusive workspace looks like. And the unique nature of the format, it allows for you to build on your skills, apply them in real and meaningful ways. It's very interactive. So one of the things that has been really amazing about the 60+ people that have participated, it's a wonderful opportunity to cross-fertilize our skills and ability. And in short, empowerment skills for leaders is not only an opportunity to cultivate those skills and abilities you have in your heart, your soul, your mind, but to recognize that in others. And just to say, you know, as we think about the time we're in, what a better time than to exercise leadership, empowerment, engagement, and dignity and respect in this way. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it back to Lisa, and we're going to invite some of our participant reflections into the mix. Lisa?
Thank you, Angela. I think I'm going to pass it over to Molly, who has volunteered very nicely to do a participant reflection.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Kathy, again for hosting. I was so happy to have been part of this cohorts training program. I was able to get to know some colleagues that I rarely cross paths with on campus, and I got a better understanding of the roles and challenges that some other people I work with often face. I already miss having dedicated time to focus on being a better supervisor, leader, and community member. Angela, Sherry, and Lisa have done a wonderful job making the course applicable to all, whether it was Patricia looking at ways to invigorate the nonprofit she works with, Anthony compiling and organizing logos and pictures so we can all easily find them for what we're working with, or Matt's work on configuring contract software. The areas focused on during the course were easily applied across the board. Supervising with skill and heart has already been brought up a few times this morning, and it's something that as we work from home, I keep going back to. Recently, I went back and reviewed the difficult discussion section and handouts that were provided. I supervise a team of 5 whose responsibilities are largely in person, and therefore, the decision was made to furlough them. I thought a lot about what I wanted to say to my team, as I value their work, and I didn't want it to damage our relationship. The tools and resources provided through this course were immensely helpful during this difficult time for my team and the college as a whole. So thank you to Angela, Sherry, and Lisa for all of your time and work sharing this course with us at Molloy. Thank you to the other presenters who took time out of their work days to share with us. And thank you to my other 13 cohort members for always being there, even if it was a 6 o'clock, "Are you still in the office to sign my paperwork?" email. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Molly.
Yeah, and I just want to add something to what Molly said, because I think that it is so powerful. One of the things that has been so relevant about this is it helps us to see, you know, even in the darkest moments, those opportunities to lift people up and to allow everyone to be part of something broader. And I think if there is a time for it now to be applied, it's right now, as there's so many things contextually all around us. And what you're going to find, as we have found as instructors, is you're going to call upon these lessons. And the magic is not what you've received, it's how you shared it and the things that you've been able to recognize, not only in yourself, but others. So we just quickly wanted to open it up to the current cohort, if there's any other reflections that people wanted to add to what Molly said. And thank you, Molly, that was really beautiful. You're all muted, so if anybody wants to say anything, you're gonna have to raise your hand. Okay. The other thing that we want to mention is part of the journey has been at Molloy, and Lisa said it, we're the first in the country to mount this. And one of the things we did last June was we created a training institute where we were able to take the curriculum and share it with 9 other colleges and universities with the hope of replicating it, because that's what we do. And out of that, we had some additional trainers that are now certified that this year joined the class. And I'd like to do a shout out to all of them, because as the class evolved, the curriculum was developed because of the expertise of this community that we created. Destiny and Cynthia were quite the tag team in exploring natural assets in staff. Janice Kelly and Pamela, Lisa Newland, Linda Silva Thompson, Judy, who did the Myers-Briggs, Melissa Jebbia, who worked with us on organizational development. And to this class, we hope that you'll be able to bring your competencies forward to the next.
Are you sharing your screen on the roll call, or should I do it from mine?
I'm sharing it. It should be on the screen now. Are you not seeing it?
I don't see it. Does everybody else see it?
No.
Oh, it's not sharing. Okay. It's not sharing. That's okay.
All right. Well, anyway, I have it on a different screen. You know, it's interesting. I went from being the person who writes grants at Molloy College with using 2 24-inch monitors side by side to working on a laptop and an iPad. So I'm becoming very adept at going back and forth between the two. But anyway, let me, before I announce all of our graduates, I just want to say, looking at all of you in the gallery view, which I love, I am missing all of my Molloy colleagues, and I just want to do a shout out to all of you as I see your faces, and I just want to tell you how much I love you all and miss you, and can't wait for those hugs again, all those nice hugs in the hallways and those wonderful and close moments that we have shared for so many different reasons over so many years. So anyway, so hi to all of you, and this is our new group of graduates to be at cohort 4. 1 minute, let me see if I can maximize my screen here, make it bigger.
I'm sorry, Kathy, for some reason my screen isn't sharing, but that's okay.
Hang on 1 minute, because I am
Still listed as a co-host, Angela, so I'm not sure why that is.
I don't know. It just, I don't know, but it's okay. I don't want to hold it.
Yeah, all right, let me do the best I can with what I got here. So hang on 1 second. Okay. All right, so in alphabetical order, Matt Albanese, my buddy, Director of Compliance, who I call on at all hours for all different reasons to view documents. Molly Ballerstein, Events Manager. Sue Bloom, Associate Librarian. I remember our times working on that grant together years ago. Kedia Brown, Associate Director of Financial Aid, who helped me with my son's scholarship for so many years. Brianna, I'm sorry, it's such small print here. Hang on a minute. Brianna Felice, Associate Director of Athletics. And I apologize if I mess up this pronunciation of anybody's name. Tim Hassan, Associate Librarian. Patricia Hines Mason, Associate Professor. Susan O'Hara, Associate Director of CLC. Kimberly Webb, Associate Director of Admissions. Kimberly Langenmeyer, Director of International Education. I really also have to applaud the new people who came into the college and all of a sudden became Empowerment Skills for Leaders participants, which I guess is a good way to start off your tenure at the college, just get right in there. Brian Lima, Associate Director of Athletics. Kathy Higdal, Assistant Director of Financial Reporting. And my wonderful grants liaison. Anthony Vella, Associate Director of Digital Content. And Diane Cohn, my grants and research specialist. Also started at Molloy and got right into the course. And Larissa Wu, Director of Archives, involved with so many of our initiatives. So anyway, welcome to the graduates of Cohort 4. Welcome to our wonderful community. Just keep empowering others and yourself, and continue to do the good work you're doing, and just stay healthy, stay safe, come back as soon as you can. And it's been a wonderful journey. It's been wonderful sharing this journey with all of you. Ange, do you want to do your closing remarks?
You're muted.
No, mute.
I'm muted. So you didn't hear the first thing I said, huh? I'd like to.
Did you say something nice about me?
Okay, yes, I did.
Oh, I missed it. Can you repeat it for everybody?
Okay. One of the things I want to say is the wonderful part about the curriculum is not only, as Molly said, is it applied where you can use it in everyday interactions, personal and professional, but there are different projects that are completed as the credential is issued. And the credential is issued through the University of Connecticut. FYI, we'll be in receipt of the credentials this week, and we will mail them out to everybody. So it is a credential that is issued by the University of Connecticut. And I just want to do a shout out to a couple of the projects, because each person is required to do a empowerment workplace project so that it really is an applied curriculum. We've had some amazing collaborations that have been created across departments, from Larissa with Archives, who did a whole piece, management tool for new hires and new students, to Matt working on a contract management system, to Molly applying it to the Admin Council and the way that's structured, to Anthony, who worked on a digital management software system, to Brianna, who is a new mom in March, I understand, who created a student advisory council, to Brian Lima, who did a whole piece on facilities and how we accentuate our facilities on and off campus, to Diane Cohen, who created a grants blog, Kathy Hegdale, who created a roadmap for accounting and tasks and projects, to Kedia, who did a whole inventory with staff around strengths and realigned tasks accordingly, to Kim, who did a whole piece with the international education workshops, to Kim Webb, who did a staff SWOT, to Pat Mason, who worked with an outside group around membership and building their membership, to Susan, who digitalized all of our materials, to O'Hara, who did a collaboration with it. I don't think I left anybody out, did I? But I say that because these are projects that are not only meaningful, but it really added tremendous value through the years to the college in terms of how we realign what we do to live fully into our mission. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that before Lisa talked about next steps and the future.
right, thank you, Angela. And I have to apologize in advance because I am in Pennsylvania. You may see the beautiful scenery behind me, and it's very quiet here, except for now somebody is using a leaf blower, and it's very noisy. So I hope it's not coming through the screen. But we really did want to just, again, thank everybody. And I guess kind of remember that this is an empowerment skills is not just only looking back, but it's looking forward. And we want to continue this growth from the 60 people that we have now in our cohorts to cohort number 5. So you'll get an email from, all of you will get an email from me asking you to nominate people, whether you nominate yourself, whether you nominate somebody you work with, or just somebody you maybe you admire on the campus who you think would really enjoy this. So that's the next step. But we also don't want to lose the 60 people that have built what we have today. So in the fall, we're going to be working on some ways to integrate more of you who are here. And I really appreciate so many of the old cohorts joining this call. It was really kind of you, and glad to see that you're still engaged in this. But to see how we can kind of include everybody, whether it's more people offering sessions. Angela mentioned the people that helped us out this year, which is so fabulous. You know, not that Sherry and Angela and I are not engaging presenters, but it's really nice to have other people pipe in and share their expertise. And I think it's, we learn so much from each other. And so we really want to, you know, use more of you that way. We've also talked about perhaps using old cohort members as peer mentors through the projects. And honestly, any ideas you all have in how we can do that. I think we also, you know, have said some people suggest having a group meeting where everybody could come, or kind of follow-up courses, because it's been such a, I think, a real success is, I guess, the best word for so many of us in our positions. So with that, I just want to thank so many of you coming this morning. Thanks so many of you for putting so much time into this program. It would not be the success it's been without the really engaged participants. You know, this is my first year of really being a regular presenter, and I can't tell you how much that brought to me, to my own style as a leader, to ideas that I tried that I've never tried before, just seeing what the rest of you are doing. And it's really special, and I really appreciate that. Angela?
Thank you to Kathy for hosting this. Thank you from the first class to the fourth. And just to echo what Lisa said, it has been such an amazingly wonderful experience to get to know all of you and to embrace the talent and skills that we have at the college. It's a very rich community in so many ways. I just want to end, some of you have heard this through the years, but there's a quote about leadership, and it was done by Dr. Charles Boyer, who was an educational reform person, and I think it's very relevant for the moment and to end. And he said, leadership is achieved not by the formality of structures, but by the integrity of participants and our collective willingness to be inspired by something broader. And for many of us, it is the North Star. And I think that's the thing that as we move forward, is going to keep us together as we navigate some of the darkness. So I just want to say thank you all for being part of it. It's 60 strong, over 25 departments, and I think it represents the best of who we are. So I want to say thank you to all of you for investing in it, for really bringing the best of who you are. We look forward to building this community out. And Kathy, thank you for hosting us today.
This was my pleasure. Thank you for joining us for Coffee Talk, because I think it's a great forum for us to be able to be together. Some of us have been able to be on it more often. You are all welcome to any Coffee Talk we have, and more so as our empowered leaders. If there's a topic you think that we should bring to Coffee Talk to give us another chance to be together, that I would love to hear from you. So please don't hesitate. Generally, they're only about 15 minutes. We knew that this would be a little bit longer because we wanted to give due time to the accomplishment of this year's class. So congratulations again from myself personally as a member of the inaugural class, from the leadership of the college, because we are behind this program 100%. And we are very grateful that you we know that you're in good hands with Angela, Sherry, and Lisa, and that it has been such a wonderful program over the past 4 years. And I too look forward to continuing it. So I say congratulations. Since I have so many of you on, I will encourage you to join us for Coffee Talk tomorrow. We've got 2 of our students who are MVPs, part of our program for the domestic violence grant that we have, and Jessica Wallace. But even more importantly, if you can't join us tomorrow, there's a survey out there. Please do the climate survey on behalf of Lisa's work with Title IX, our Enough is Enough program, and the work that Jessica is doing. But please join us tomorrow because you're going to get a chance to see our students, which we haven't had a chance to. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 10:40. Have a great day. It's a glorious day. It's a wonderful Wednesday, and you've all started out perfectly for us. So thank you all. Take care. Bye now.